I'm good. It's fall and the allergies have kicked in a little, so might sound a little like a frog today, but I am very well. And I want to introduce you, let everyone of our members know I'm speaking with Ariana Crabtree. You are the Director of Marketing for Travel Girl Group,
Yes.
and you won the 2023 Questy Award for Best Website.
Yes.
Yay! Were you surprised when you
I
won?
I was very shocked. We had a little bit of an inkling that we may have gotten something. I thought it could have been an overall agency award that was based on our performances. So when my name was called, I was very shocked.
Well, you looked fantastic going up to accept your award.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. So, did you enjoy Travel Quest World?
I did. This was our second year there. And every time I come back, I just feel so energized and ready to go, ready to implement new things. I love hearing from people and learning different perspectives.
Mhm, mhm. Did you pick up some good marketing ideas while you were there?
I did. It's always really interesting to hear what other people are doing, because probably a minority, definitely being somebody who does full marketing for an agency instead of
Mhm.
just a one-man show doing everything. So even
Yeah,
agents who do marketing on the side and hearing what they do, it's so interesting, what to hear what works for them.
right, right. And that was something I was going to ask you. You are director of marketing for Travel Girl Group, but I know you started out with Travel Quest in November of 2019.
Yes.
And were you selling travel at that time?
So I did a little bit. And do you want to hear kind of how I started with Stephanie here or
Yes, I
okay.
do. I do. That was going to be my next question.
All right. So I'll kind of just go over
Okay.
everything then.
Okay.
So right at the time that we started Travel Girl, I'm one of three owners here. I was actually still in college at Purdue University, and I was majoring in education. But right around that time, I was thinking, I don't know if this is the best route for me. I'm really wanting to do something else.
Mhm.
And then Stephanie, she is actually my mom. So it's my
Oh,
mom and dad and I that owned the agency.
mhm.
And at the time, she was an international travel manager at a different agency here in Lafayette, Indiana, really wanting to go back on her own. She did her own corporate travel for a couple years,
Mhm.
switched working with the other agency, did that for about 4 or 5 years. And at that time, she was really just ready to go back on her own. So
Right.
it was almost the perfect storm of she's ready to do her own thing. I'm ready to switch my major. So that's what we did. I switched my major to public relations. So my educational background is actually in PR and finished school. I started here at Travel Girl with them when I was 20 years old. And we started, our office was maybe the size of our current conference room. So really small scale team, everything that we were doing. So at that time, I did do a little bit of everything. I was
Yeah.
business owner, marketing, selling travel, learning about the industry. But I've been around the industry probably since I was 15 or 16.
Oh, okay. What a great background you have. And being in PR and marketing, what a great fit for you and for Stephanie in the business. The very first, I coached Stephanie because your agency is an enterprise plan member, and so we have a coaching session every month. And when I first started, it's been over a year now. Um, First session, we talked, and Stephanie shared with me that she would like to move your office to more of a downtown central location. It was a dream. She didn't know if that was going to happen. And, as the months went by, we just kept talking about it. And she was really gearing up for that. And it happened. And
Yes.
I have to say, your downtown location is beautiful.
Thank you.
I've seen the outside pictures, and then one of our sessions, Stephanie walked around the office showing me all the rooms, and it's just beautiful. And it's just set up, to sell travel and to really be very helpful to your customers for walk-ins. And that's another area where you're a little different. So how different is it to plan marketing for an agency that is a walk-in location plus you do online bookings?
So it's a little different in the fact that when I market, really push the value that agents bring to our community and to individuals who are wanting to book travel.
Mhm.
Um, I probably don't do supplier marketing as much as I should. Hey, there's this deal going on, or this is this destination that you want to travel to. I really focus on us and our team and the relationship of, this is the value that you're getting from us. This is why you're important to us. So I do more of overall agency marketing. And
Mhm.
then for our agents, our sub agents and the rest of our team members, they have their own Facebook pages that they manage. And so right now, what I've just started doing is putting together monthly social media calendars for them of things they can do of, today, why don't you post a travel question Tuesday, or post about a destination, travel inspiration, and things like that. So
Mhm.
they can really get into their niche and service their clients from, this is what I want to offer you, instead of what I do as,
Mhm.
we're a travel agency and this is what it means to work with us.
Mhm. That's very interesting. I did not know that each of the people on your team and the other employees have their own Facebook. What you have a great Travel Girl has a great Facebook page.
Thank you.
And so you're responsible for that also.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking at that, and I like the reminders on there that you post about, it's important if you want to come in to schedule an appointment.
Yes.
That's
Um,
an issue for walk-in locations.
Yeah, we noticed it a lot more since moving to our new location. We've always been downtown, but previous to this location, we were actually on the fourth floor of a building with a lot of lawyers in the building. So we weren't ever getting walk-in traffic.
Mhm.
Now that, we're located right across the courthouse, I get to look at it every single day, and people walk past, they see our sign and they're like, what is Travel Girl? What does that mean? So as we've had more walk-ins come in, we've had to manage expectations a little bit of, Stephanie or Ashlyn or Chelsea, they're meeting with a client and I'm happy to service you while you're here. But if
Mhm.
you're wanting to meet at this exact time or with this exact advisor, making an appointment with us is probably the best thing to do.
Yes, yes, it gets a little tricky. When I was in a retail office, we were getting so many walk-ins that I had to create a little break room with refreshments and kind of entertain them. I put up a TV and had travel videos showing, because the wait can really get to be kind of long if people
Yeah.
really insist on doing that. So, well, that's great. Um, so I was looking at your website, and when you first open it up, it says, "Let us be your passport to the world." And right off the bat, it's kind of creating this excitement about travel. And also on your website, when you move down, are the comments from your customers. And I just have to read this one. I love this. It says, "Stephanie is the absolute best. I would hand over my wallet to her. That's how much I trust her." That is the relationship we all want with our customers.
Yes.
That's great. So, do you just continually add these comments? They just kind of scroll, and there were a lot, and I didn't read them all. I ran out of time, but is that what you do? You just keep asking customers for their referrals and
Yes.
comments?
So I typically go in and update those every couple months as we get new reviews in, just so, they're changing out and we can show what our clients are saying about us, because you can talk about your business every single day and it does not ever mean as much as what you're hearing from somebody who's actually used you.
That's true. That's true. Well, don't take that comment off. I love that one. Um, and also being a walk-in location, I noticed that on your Facebook page, you are promoting the Downtown Ghost Town
Yes.
event. And so that's something else that you have to kind of add to your marketing to keep up with community events. So tell me about that event. And also, the second part of that question is, if there were a member that didn't have a walk-in location, but they wanted to participate in a community event like that, how would they do that?
Okay. So part one of your question, what event is that? I'm happy to say that I'm actually heading that event for the second year in a row now. All of the businesses downtown, we get together and really commute, or we create a safe environment for families and kids to come down
Okay.
to trick or treat. So this year it's on Halloween. Typically in the previous years, we've done it the weekend before.
Uh-huh.
But it just allows us to reach out to our community, give back, do something nice for other people, while also allowing people to come downtown and become more aware of, the businesses and the people that are part in the heart of downtown. So that's something that I love to do.
Mhm.
And then if people are wanting to get involved with their community, especially if it's something where they're downtown or in a city, there's so many things to do. I know the way that our downtown works. Even if you don't have a place down here, our businesses are inviting, small micro businesses or people that don't have a location to actually come in, set up a table, and
Oh, okay.
allow them to get in front of the community more. So that's a great idea. I know that our business, Stephanie and I are both part owner or on the board of the Association of Women Business Owners here in Lafayette.
Mhm.
So that's been such a great way to give back to the community. We volunteer our time on the board there, helping make more women business owners aware that we're an association that helps bring education and connect each other in our community. And then this December, we're also doing a holiday fundraising auction for a local nonprofit organization. So that's another way that, even if you didn't have a business that you
Mhm.
had the actual building for, that's a fantastic way to get involved with your community and give back. And we also belong to our local chamber of commerce. So, there's always education, networking available there to get your name out, and, always ways that they get together and give back to the community as well.
That's that just that's exciting because a lot of our members don't have a walk-in location. So what a great idea. So they would just contact a business that's offering something like for Halloween and volunteer to participate in that if they can have some kind of area where they could have a name recognition.
Yes.
And that's a great idea. I love that. So there's really no excuse not to get involved in your community. There's always some kind of activity. And I think it was last year, you had that same Christmas fundraiser, didn't you?
Yes.
And you
So
raised a lot of money, if I remember right.
yeah, that fundraiser auction, it's actually our 20th anniversary this year for that association. So that's really exciting. But last year, the organization that we were raising money for was called Hartford House, and
Uh-huh.
they take kids that are victims of all different kinds of crimes. They offer counseling services, they offer the forensic interviews in our community. I
Uh-huh.
think they service 5 or 6 different communities, and our association was able to raise $50,000 for them last
Oh my
year.
gosh, that is fabulous. That's just great. So, it's I know it gives you a good feeling to be a part of everything, and it really has nothing to do with selling travel. These are not people that are going to buy trips from you. This is all about giving back.
Yes.
So, I love that. I love that. Um, so another thing I noticed on your website, you have a blog, and you promote different things. And how often do you the blog I was the postings I looked at were very updated. Is that something you go in and do like every month or?
So I do typically try to go in and update it about once a month. I think our last one right now is from August because, I'm helping with that holiday auction again this year, and a lot of my extra time is going towards that. But I love to go in once a month and, either update things about a location in our community. I know that I have one blog post about a local bed and breakfast here. Ideas of what you can do in the fall or different sustainable travel toiletries you can take, I know is another blog post that I've done. So it's a way to be creative while also showing all the different facets of travel.
I think that bed and breakfast you were talking about, is that the one where you can have afternoon tea at the Whitaker Inn?
Yes.
I'm gonna do that. Tell Stephanie that when I come I keep threatening to drop in and just visit y'all. And when I do, I want to go have afternoon tea at the Whitaker Inn. And you know what? That's another thing I just love about your website. It's one thing to have all these exotic locales and ideas, but to also offer just things you can do where you live. That's just great. That's kind of a full service to your customers.
Yeah. And
It's,
that's what we really try to do and say why we are full service. We have a team of 6. So between all of us, we truly do every angle of travel. But because we have a location here and because our community is so important to us, it is important to highlight what's here. And I know that that's what we do. I mean, we've done Christmas at the Whitaker. We've done Thanksgiving at the Whitaker. So it's important for us to highlight them because it's almost like a getaway for us in our own community. So we love to highlight that.
it looks like a beautiful location. I love it. I love it. And it looks like a place where you could have travel events and maybe have suppliers come in and, you have a lot of opportunity there.
Yeah, and we actually have done that before, having travel talks there and bring in a supplier in. For those of you who don't know what the Whitaker is, every single room there is based on a different travel destination that the owners have been to. So they do have an Indiana room since we're in Lafayette, Indiana, but other rooms include Tuscany, Italy, Greece, and it's so amazing. It's almost like the perfect place for us to gather and talk about travel because it fits so well.
Oh, wow. Well, if I come there, I'm going to stay in the Tuscany room. Well, I also want to, before we run out of time, I wanted to ask you about your newsletter. How often do you publish that?
So we have newsletters go out at the end of every month. Typically, it includes, just a cover page. I like to put a different travel quote on there. The second page is typically President's letter that comes from Stephanie. And then we do a mix of different destinations that have something going on, places or things you can do for this certain season that you're in. And we also have a section for community events in that newsletter.
Oh, okay. So you're right now we're in October. What month are you planning the newsletter? What month are you working on?
So I am working on the newsletter that will go out at the end of October, but it will be for everything in November. So all of the community events that I highlight will be November to give people, time to be aware of what's going on.
So you're kind of a month ahead to make sure they don't miss anything. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. So I know that your focus is on marketing. Is there any one area that if you have to chip in and help out with sales, is there any in one area that you really love that you love to sell?
I really like all inclusives, but I think a lot of that's where most of my personal travel has been. So I've been to most of the bigger destinations that you think of in the Caribbean, and I've toured different resorts and I've stayed at different resort families. So when I do book travel or help sell travel. That's what I do just because that's what I know. And I'm really passionate specifically about Puerto Rico. I've,
Mhm.
traveled there 6, maybe 7 times now. And I can tell them on this side of the island, this is what you're going to want to do. If you go here, this is the best place to go. So I would say that that's probably my favorite area to help.
Oh, okay. And is that an area where you're planning, or have you planned one of your wellness groups where you take a group of, usually it's women, right?
Yeah. So our current wellness retreat is going in January of 2024, and they are going to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. So we
Oh,
haven't done one in Puerto Rico yet. I think that would be amazing,
mhm.
but there's no all-inclusive resorts, and that's such a big sell for these wellness resorts is,
Yeah.
you want to go and make sure that everything is covered and you're just there to relax.
Yes, yes, that's part of the experience. And I know that your focus is to relax, but also it gives these women in business a chance to work on their business
Yeah.
without distractions. I think that is such an awesome idea. Once again, I keep telling Stephanie, I think I need to go on one of these. I need to get away with no distractions. Well, Ariana, I've really enjoyed our talk, and you've got a lot going on, and what a great asset you are to the business. Stephanie's, it's just great that she's focused on sales and you're focused on how to make more and to promote the business.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I'll see you again at Travel Quest World next year. No telling what you'll be going up on the stage for.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you, and you have a good day.
You too. And thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you. Bye.